Do 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 do. All right, let's jump in. It's been too long. Hello, everybody. Hello. Let's get chat up and running so I can see what's happening here. All right, I think we're in the right spot now. We go back to live here. There we go. I think we can see everyone's chats. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's just test from YouTube. Test from YouTube. Make sure that comes in. Uh-oh, something went wrong. That's why we're checking this out. There we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and test from Twitch. And then we'll be ready. We'll be live, it'll be golden, things will be working. The mic's working, the music's playing. We love all of the things. Test from Twitch. Oh, I can see it all. I love it, we're happy. Go team, go. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and get started. Do 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 do. Wrong controller. Oh man, it's been so good to be back in Dinkum. I haven't played Dinkum in far too long, so this is very exciting. There we go. Let's light up the island. Get our headphone wires out of the way. Lift this up. It's almost like we've done this before. And let's load that game. And we're gonna jump into Mangrove Island. Oh, Mangrove Island. My forever island. It's gonna be the place that will be forever. We'll have other islands in the future, don't you worry. But this is the one that we're building now. We're gonna try to get the 5-year achievement, I think. Unless we turn it creative, which is possible. And we'll talk about that tonight. Do, do, do. All right, we're letting this load. Here we are on the island, trying to remember how to play. It's been a minute, that is for sure. I hope you're all doing well. Things have been fun and adventuresome. Last week was my birthday, so I did a bunch of fun birthday stuff. Played a lot of other games, and I'm excited to be back here in Dinkum, where we're gonna start working on our mini games, I think. And so, let's see, I think what we'll do is we'll head over to our house. All the way over here. And so this is where we're creating a new Mangrove Island. I have planted, or I've put mud all the way around, and so now I gotta start slowly bringing over mangroves, and they'll start spawning and all that, but I have mudded this entire island, so it eventually will become its own Mangrove Island, which is very exciting. All right, what do we got here to show off? Well, if you haven't, if it's been a minute since you've been watching, welcome back. It's been a minute since I played, so you haven't missed a ton. Ooh, I don't remember this fern. Let's check this out. Oh, that's great. That is excellent. All right, we're gonna put that over here somewhere. But yeah, so I took my other kind of permanent islands and I placed them, I have 2 accounts. And so we took the other permanent islands, I bought a bunch of stuff over, and then I deleted those other permanent islands. So my other series from way back when it's gone. That island no longer exists. Full stop. We've made this one. Where's my clothes are over here? We've just gotten stuff here. As a result, we now have 2 trucks, a motorbike, 3 helicopters. Looks like 3 jet skis. So, you know, it worked out. Got some good stuff over here to get this island up and running. Finally got the beard, so that's exciting. And I'm trying to remember all my keybinds because I've been playing so much on my Switch that everything is backwards, which is fine. There we go. We're remembering how to play. I've been here before. All right, so mini games. Mangrove Island. We're gonna figure out a bunch of mini games, and it's something I wanted to do. I was trying to get done for the Olympics. It didn't happen. That's okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out the best way to get this set up for these games. And so there's a couple of games I want to do. The first, we actually have a test site over here. So let's hop on a copter and we'll go test that out. And now the music finally calmed down. It's been like in my ear very loud. Alright, so if I come over here, I think it's this way. Over here, I've been working on just different variations of a theme, as it were, as we're thinking of one of our first minigames. So when you think minigames, there's lots of different things you can do, right? We can do races. So you can run around and race and first one to get to certain places. Is this the island? Yeah, here we go. That's one you can do. You can do battles, whether PvP or PvE. So we're definitely gonna be building an arena. And if we go creative mode, that way we can spawn in alphas and stuff. But we can also build races that are not just get from start to finish, but skill races. And there's different ways to do it. So this is my idea. I'm looking at different patterns of like a helicopter skill-based race. And so the idea is you build these platforms, whatever they are, and if they're low enough and you want to jump off and climb up, you can do that. And the goal will be is each of these chests would have a unique item for your team. So that's how we know you hit all the points, because that's the other thing. There's no right route. You would work either on a team or individually. And so I would maybe put in here kind of harder, unique items if we're in creative mode, maybe specific dresses or specific hats or whatever. And there'd be one in each chest for each team. And so basically you say, on your mark, get set, go, you all leave from a central place and you have to get the items. And so for these ones, you can jump up, or maybe you can land your copter right on here. But some of them are gonna be a little harder. This one, you can't jump up, so you would actually have to land your copter. So that would be a challenge, a bit of a challenge to kind of shake it up a little bit and turn it more skill-based. Or maybe you're not landing your copter, maybe you're just jumping out of it, right? So maybe you're flying in and you're going, okay, here we go, we're gonna try to land and get above it, and hey, Molly girl, how's it going? Good evening. So you might have to do that, which again will slow you down. So that's the idea, is this would be one of the mini games, would be kind of like this challenge race, where a totem race. You have to go pick up your totem, pick up your item, bring it back, and the first team to come back with all of their items would win. And you can spread this out, if I remember how to play this game, all over the island, right? So you could have these things spread all over. And so then the race is, you have to figure out what the fastest path is. That's one option. Another option is a combination. I'm trying to remember, there we go. I don't want that. There we go, let's get rid of that. A combination where you start on the water with a jet ski, and you're racing your jet ski to get to your copter. And you get to your copter to race somewhere else. And so maybe there's a train, and we have to take the train ride and follow the rail. So the idea is there. We're having some fun with it. Going live too, can't we see all the games you're doing? Playing hide and seek tag with an imposter ball. Ooh, see, I've never played the imposter ball because I haven't played creative really yet. That would be fun. We'll have to check that out. But yeah, so this is the idea. So we're gonna come up with some different mini games. I think the helicopter race is the one I want to work on tonight. And right now, again, we are still in survival mode, vanilla. We are not in creative yet. We might be. The other thing we definitely do want is an arena somewhere, and I gotta figure out where we want to put it. I'm thinking this island here is a pretty sweet arena. So that's the other thing, is we could just end up over, stop making marks, is we could just end up over there and build a big old battle arena. The question is, do I want to go in creative mode or not? Because, man, creative would make it a lot easier to build, for sure. But then I couldn't get any more achievements. And I don't have all the achievements yet. I don't have the 5-year one. I don't have the eat all the foods at once one. So there's decisions to be made here. I might try to build the arena in vanilla, and then when we're ready to truly battle it out and I can set up like multiplayer times and stuff, maybe then we go to creative to spawn all the alphas in. I wish there was a survival way to spawn alphas. Like, I'd love to have some sort of crazy crafting recipe that lets me drop alphas into the game and I wouldn't have to be in creative to summon them. I'll have to put that on the I'll put that on the Discord and be like, hey, suggestion, let us, you know, actually, yeah, let us use, like, I don't know, 10 of the alpha things, because we have so many of them when we do all our alpha fighting. Let me be able to take, you know, we'll say 5. Let's say I take 5 alpha scales and something else expensive and craft that into an egg that gets you the alpha. Yeah, you can get the burly boxes for arena fights, that's for sure. We can definitely do a burly box fight. But I want to be able to have, like, people standing in there with, you know, wooden hatchets and say good luck and drop a couple gators on them. I just think that would be entertaining. I was like, I hear wind chimes. Of course I do, because they're over here somewhere. Where are the wind chimes? There they are. Can I bump into them? Yeah. Or frying pans. Exactly. See, you see what I'm throwing down. We don't have to actually check this anymore, but we will. Speaking of alphas, we could go take on an alpha. What do we get for that? 30? I mean, we don't really need anything anymore because we're kind of doing okay. We have, actually, how much money do we have? We only have 300,000? I'll have to go find an ATM and see what we got in the bank. Hello, Robert Sprite from Toronto. Good evening to you and welcome. I hope all is well in Toronto. It's probably a lot cooler than it is here. It was flipping 83 degrees Fahrenheit today. This is supposed to be winter. It is supposed to be cold, and I'm grumpy about it. I'm also looking for my air conditioner because this office is hot as a result. There we go. That'll help. But hello, Robert Sprite from Toronto. All right, so we just had to decide what we want to work on today, and I think we want to do the helicopter path. I think that's our first. That's an easy win, right? Let's figure that out. Figure out how we're gonna mark it. I do want on the map. I want them to be visible, so we're gonna have to think of like a high contrast color to surround these things with. So let's look at what recipes we have. Now let's stop messing with our map. There's in the 50s today. You're not complaining. Oh, so nice, Baller Girl. I'm jealous. So jealous. And if you're watching over on Twitch, hello to the Twitch watchers. I know you're over there. I see your little numbers hanging out. I got both chats up though. We can chat. We are streaming tonight, so we got a stream on Fae Farm. I have played Fae Farm. I've played it with my daughter. Unfortunately, the game kind of died when they shut down the servers. I mean, the game still exists. You still play single player. But my daughter and I used to play multiplayer. Yeah, I liked it. It was cute. I think Dinkum definitely caught me more. I have far more hours in Dinkum recently than more than any other game. Although I've been playing a lot of Wizard 101 on the Switch, so you know things can happen. All right, let's. That might catch up at some point. Let's see what we got here. That's advanced crafting. Excellent. We're gonna go ahead and take a look here. What do we got that's bright and that we can make a lot of? Purple has potential, as says, well, orange is my favorite color, and the blue is nice. How many blue can we make is the question. Will I be able to see everything? 5, 16 packs. So we could do a lot of blue. In fact, let's just make all that blue. Oh, someone's coming in. I have a camera on, 1 second. Ah, my youngest is coming in to get some sand. All right, there you go. So we'll make all the blue. And then we'll also make, I think some of the orange. Yeah, we'll make some of the orange. We'll make 5 of it. Beautiful. All right, that gives us a nice base to kind of put down for where the helicopters need to go. I also really like, actually we don't need to, well, I guess we're crafting some by accident. I also really like, we have a bunch of the black tile over here. So let's see what we got. Yeah, we have a little bit, so we'll use that as well. We are going to be doing a bunch of dirt printing, not compacting, printing as we put these kind of goals down. Oh, you know, I wish we could get more glowing path. That'd be really sweet too. A bunch of glowing path would be actually pretty awesome. When is the next opportunity for that? Is it the 19th? Yeah, it's the 19th, so we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait a season as we move into winter. Actually, it'd be nice and wintry. That'd be good. Okay. So that's what we need just as the basics. We do need to make sure we have our dirt printer. We need to make sure we have plenty of spark soup. We do have the printer. We're not using the helmet right now. Do we have spark soup? We have a little bit of spark soup, so we're fine. I'm being sarcastic. 19's perfect. That's great. Okay, so that's all good. We're gonna need a bunch of chests. And we're gonna need to also figure out what our kind of rare item is. What's happening here? Come on, there we go. I guess we're using red chests because that's what we have the most of. How many of these things are we gonna make? For the race, what doesn't sound too, I think we'll start with 6. We'll make 6 sites across the map. Actually, no, we're gonna do 9. Because it'll be a 3x3 grid. And we'll also have to figure out where we're starting the races from. So we'll need to get a little bit more of those out. And we need to figure out what our kind of rare-ish item is that people need to pick up and bring back. We don't want something that, you know, they can just pick up. Again, I don't expect people to cheat. The whole point of the game is to be fun. And I think what we'll use is probably this. Now, this would be good. Maybe we do a bunch of island runs. Oh, yeah, that'd be good. If we can get a bunch of these, we can get 8 of each color. That would be pretty useful. What else we got in our island gear? Island gear might be the winner. So we want 4 teams. Oh no, we got someone on Twitch, which is nice, but they're telling me to pay for viewers, which is not nice. So I need to now click on this and ban them. Goodbye. We could do beach chairs. We have 3 colors of beach chairs. I think I want to set this up so that 4 teams can play. Because I think we have 6 players max, right? So if one's watching, I guess we might as well do it for 5. What else we got for options? Let's see here. I don't think I have 5 different rare things that I wouldn't want to... Pearls, opal... Well, actually, we could do gems. We could do gems and opals. We could easily take a bunch of them. Again, I'm not expecting anyone to like steal. It's an all good and fun game. But I don't like this either. Let's see. Let's keep thinking. Oh, you know what might be a win? Maybe it's statues. I think that's probably the winner. Statues is probably the winner. We don't have enough of everything yet, but I think that would be a kind of a good one. Yeah, I think we'll do statues. We will stock it later, though. What we need to do now is figure out where we're putting all of this and where we're starting the race from. And so I'm thinking if we break the map up into a 3x3, we can kind of put 1 in each area. I do think we'll use our test island, so we'll put 1 there. We'll do campfires, glowing campfires to keep track of them. We'll put 1 somewhere up over here. Is there somewhere fun? Oh yeah, we have the airport. So maybe we'll put 1 over there by the airport. Similar idea, we could do 1 over by the dock. We absolutely, of course, have to have 1 somewhere in town, and maybe that one we have to get out of your helicopter and like run under a bridge or something to get it. So we'll look at that. We'll put that one maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll put that over by John's area, over by this bridge. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna eventually build a battle arena, and so we'll put 1 over by the battle arena. That'll be kind of fun. 5. This little island looks lonely. Oh, you know what? We should put 1 in the middle of a bunch of Warimus. That'd be fun. We gotta deal with that. I don't think there's Warimus there, but that's not a bad island. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 3 more. This is our tree farm. Maybe we'll put 1 just out in the middle of the water. And maybe we make that one a hard one. Maybe we put it underwater. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? 7. So we have 8 and 9. We'll throw 1 over on this little island right over here. And then we need 1 more. Which... what is that? That's the mine. Oh, that's our rice fields. We'll do 1 more over... do you want to do it like it's kind of farther out? Like on one of these little weird little islands? Sure, it's a helicopter race. Alright, so now we have our areas. So this is where we're going to go and build these things. Let's go build the first one at our testing site, since that's going to be the most important. And we'll bring a copter. If I can remember how to get in, there we go. And then we'll grab our spark suit. Can I see your characters in the game? Is there a female Robert Sprite? There are female characters, yeah. This is the only one I have in this game. But yeah, when you make your character, and then of course you can get different hairstyles and things like that. And so there's lots of options. Alright, so we're gonna land over here. I think this is going to be an easy one. So I don't even think we're gonna, I think we're gonna just keep this guy here. That's going to be the one. That'll be our first one. And again, we are going to use the red and the blacks. We got all that. So really what I need to do is just give this a ring that you can see from space. Right? And so let's see, that took 12. We're going to have 9, that's 72. So we should be okay to do that. I don't know that we're going to be able to also get everything we need. We'll have to wait for tomorrow to see how that shows up. But I think that'll show up fine. And we'll put this right here over it. And again, at some point we'll take those markers off because they have to kind of find them on their own. So what we're going to do now is kind of pick up all this stuff. And we're going to go ahead, I think... Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just take all this down. And we'll have to do the fun compacting game. Let's get our compactor out. And let's go ahead and eat a fruit salad and some spark soup. So we'll get that in. And we'll eat a bunch of spark soup. And we're just gonna do this game to kind of just tear this down. It takes work. It's, you know, it's just a little busy work, but we get it down. It gets done. All right, so we're working on the, if you've just joined us, we are working on the ever so fun helicopter scavenger hunt? It's not really a scavenger hunt, although that's another minigame that could be a lot of fun. I'm not entirely sure how that would work. But that's something we can come up with. There's obviously a bunch of dice games you can play with all the dice, which is kind of fun. Alright, so we got that one down. We got to take this one down too. We got to jump up. There we go. Come on. But yeah, Dinkum has always been a great one. And so if this is the first time watching it, well, welcome. I don't know if you have to disclose if you're a Dinkum partner. I mean, they sent me some nice goodies. I got a nice little vest and some buttons and things, which is very, very cool. But it's not like they pay me to play this game. I play it because I like it. And it's a lot of fun. And you should play it too. All right, so that'll work just as a real quick first sight. You know, it'll show up on the map once the map updates tomorrow. I'm gonna take that off to see. I'll leave one nearby. I won't be able to see it just in case. But let's fly out to one of our next sites. And oh, you know what? We'll fly actually back home real quick and get a sleeping bag. So that way when it gets too dark, we can just sleep. So how are things going in your all's neck of the woods? I hope they're going well. Again, I've been playing lots of games. All over the place. But coming back to Dinkum. I'm still waiting for that, I know they just had, oops, their update. What did I mark? I actually marked the helicopter? I didn't know you could do that. That's fun. I know they just had their physical release, I think in Australia. I was hoping, for the Switch, and I was really hoping that would mean it would have feature parity with the PC. But it hasn't happened yet, but I know it's coming. I know they're working on it. I really gotta remember how to deal with the map. So, you know, it's coming. We'll get there at some point. Alright, my house should be around here somewhere. There it is. I just want to grab a sleeping bag real quick so that way we can sleep through the night quickly when it starts getting dark. And let's see here. Do I have sleeping bags lying around? I thought I did. Maybe in the beds? They might be in the beds section. Let's try. Yes, there we go. I was like, I knew I have to have some lying around somewhere. We don't need any more of that right now. Cool. So where's our next area? So that's an easy one, right? I wish we could color code these. So we got one easy one. The town ones will probably be easy too, just because I want to make the town messy. So let's go down to here, and we'll put a hard one in down there. And then we can see what's going on. And if you're wondering why I'm centered, as we are streaming vertically as well, and so that's so you can see my head, my chatting with you on the vertical streams. For those folks watching from that. All right, got a nice shark down there. I guess we could try to fence in a shark so they stay, right? We can put one in a shark-infested waters. That'd be kind of fun. All right, but we are gonna put one over here, and this one we're gonna make difficult. Now let's see how we want to make this one difficult. I think actually, oh, I like this over here. We got this kind of, these trees are kind of in the way, and I think what we'll do is jump out of our helicopter. And we'll dirt print right here. Oh, right, we're going to play this game. All right, let's get our helicopter and just move it out of the way. There we go, that's fine. Now we can just kind of stretch up here. And we'll go up to the build height. And this is going to be one you're going to have to jump on and then jump off in order to place it. I don't know how high the build height is. You know what these are going to look like? These are going to look like the monoliths from 2001: Space Odyssey. It's gonna what is this creepy obelisk? And, oh, maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll color code the difficult ones orange. And the easier ones will be blue. That's what we'll do. That way people can kind of plan as they're going around what their game plan is. So yeah, this is gonna be an annoying one because what we got to do... Now, you could try to land your copter up there. I don't imagine that's gonna be entertaining or good fun for anybody for that. You know, if you're racing, I think it's gonna be faster to kind of approach and try to glide your way on. And oh man, because I jumped off backwards, I don't think I'm gonna make it. This is gonna be a tough one. There we go. Oh no, why am I being pushed backwards? I can't move forwards? What is happening? This is gonna be a tough one. I love it. That was so weird. It really wanted to fight me and make me go backwards. I think I had some weird momentum from jumping out of the copter. I might need to lower it 1 so that you have a chance of gliding onto it. There we go. Yeah, I like it. We're gonna keep it challenging. Be a pain to stock up. There we go. So yeah, that's gonna be our next one. Maybe we put torches down eventually, but that's gonna be that one. Let's sleep real quick. And then we will, why can't I sleep? There we go. What is happening? Yes, please, sleep until tomorrow. I'm also thinking how we could turn this into part of... Oh, this could all connect together once we build the battle arena. Because what we could do is we could hide different weapons, and so the race is to go pick out, you pick one item out of each chest and try to get the best food or the best weapon. Oh, that could be fun. Oh yeah, I want to check the map. So without the symbols, let me get out of the way. Is this visible, or do we need to make it a little bigger? Oh, that's hard to see. That is very hard to see. Alright, so we are going to have to keep them marked, and that's fine. I think for this game we'll use the little stars. Because I don't think I use stars anywhere else. I don't. So once they're built, we'll put a star on. Otherwise, it's just too hard to see otherwise. There we go. All right, so we're gonna go ahead now and make our way to, so that's a hard one. We have a hard one and an easy one. Let's go check out where we're gonna be building the battle arena. Because I'll build it, I really do kind of want to put it right center of the arena. Honestly, we might. There might just be a chest in the center of the arena that, you know, obviously we're not gonna keep it stocked, there's a word, stocked with monsters and things to fight, alphas with things to fight when we're not using it. So it's a totally fine location to stop. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll put a chest that's buried one down into the ground, and this is the home of our future battle arena site, which is up here. And we're actually gonna have two arenas, by the way. We are gonna be building one where you can fight the shark. And we're gonna use that water lake right there. That water lake? That lake right there. But our land arena is gonna be right over here. We will, for now, jackhammer all this down. Alright, we'll get some more spark and soup because we are gonna need that at some point, including actually right now. So let's see, I don't need the jackhammer out anymore. I do need my spark soup out because we're gonna do a bunch of train managing here real quick. And pop that. So yeah, it's been a minute since we've done our Dinkum playing. Been kind of playing around with different things, getting Twitch up and running again. Working on this dual streaming setup's been kind of fun. Often I have just as much fun kind of setting up the streaming and playing around with it as I do streaming. Because it's just kind of cool to be like, can I make this work? And the answer is yes. Alright, we got that. Let's go ahead here. Lots of goodies there. We just want to flatten this out for right now. Again, the arena is a whole different build. I do think we'll probably end up in creative mode to build it. Because I want it to look cool, and I don't know if I want to farm all those pieces. But we are going to put the we'll put the chest right here. And again, we're going to bury the chest. That doesn't really matter. This way you can still run over it when we're in arena mode. And we'll surround, this is a very easy one, so it gets surrounded by blue. Lovely. All right. And we'll go ahead and we'll mark it on our map. And we'll go ahead and pop that right there and put that down. Perfect. And I'm realizing we'll probably actually just end up using tiles, eh? We'll just use painted tiles as our markers for the different teams. Where did my jet? Oh, there, my jet? My jet? Where did my helicopter go? Words are fun. All right, eventually this will be the home of a big arena. Where are we going next? So that one's done. So we now have 3 of them done. We have a bunch in town to do. Oh, this is going to be the water one. Let's go down this way, because this is the one I think we're going to try to make underwater. So it might be a little more annoying to get to, which I think is fun. I want to check. Can you interact with a chest if you're not wearing a diving helmet? That will be important. And the answer is I have no idea. So we're going to see. Can I even place a chest in the water? I don't know. But I think right about here looks lovely. We'll go a little deeper. Alright, so first of all, can we place a chest? I don't think we can. Right, so let's put our helmet on. Okay. So now we can place the chest. That part's not a problem. I will have to pick up the chest in a moment, but I want to see, can I interact with the chest? I can. Okay, so that's good to know. So that way, because I don't want to have to make it where you have to have a diving helmet on when you're playing. So you can interact with chests, that's perfect. Okay. Well then in that case, let's put our helmet back on. Let's go put our one piece of black down there, and this again, I think this is easy, but maybe it's medium. So we'll do something like this. Because it is underwater. Right. And you're gonna have to come and swim out of the water to get your copter back up and running. So we'll place it right there. That'll be our star. We can undo that one. Beautiful. And let's see, and there's a stone over there. Yeah, so you got some options to put your copter down. You might be able to get away with it over there. And during race day, this could be full of sharks. This could be full of our nice little jellies. So, you know, it's kind of entertaining to me. Can we actually put our copter down on this rock? Is that how rocks work? Yes, we can. So we're gonna leave this rock alone because it's entertaining, but can we get in the copter? We can. Beautiful. Alright, so that one's done. So where do we want to go next? We have ones way far out there. I think it's time for another, oops, difficult one. So yeah, we'll go out to that guy there and we'll check it out. Of course, once we've built this, we're gonna have to time ourselves and see the fastest we can do. And so that'll be fun. Alright, so what we're gonna do real quick is race over here. And then during, we'll take a break at some point. During the break, I'll make a backup of my save file. And then possibly open it to multiplayer if anyone watching is playing and they want to come try this out. And we'll type up rules and a starting area and all that jazz. And I'm gonna have to either buy or we'll switch to creative and give ourselves another helicopter so we have enough for 4 players. Alright, somewhere over here is what we were thinking. And actually, yeah, okay, I know what we're doing. We are going to switch to creative. And so that just means, what that means on this island, I won't be able to get achievements anymore. Not the end of the world. I need to land somewhere, though, to be able to do that. There's not really anywhere nearby, so we're going to go that way. And land. Perfect. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check out, we're going to go to creative mode because I'm actually going to build an underwater temple. This is going to be one you have to go inside of. And so we'll build a piece of temple that comes out of the water. And then you have to actually get off your copter and go inside it to get your chest. And so we'll put a chest under basically under a Dinkum pergola. All right, let's go ahead real quick and sleep. And we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to our achievement opportunities on this island. Don't worry, we'll get them at some point. Maybe I'll make an achievement island and we'll start over. I can play on my daughter's account and try to just unlock them all on a new account. Okay. So let's go to the main menu. Craft on. And we're gonna go ahead and Mangrove Isle. And we're gonna turn it into creative. And it is done. We are now in creative mode. This is gonna make things a little easier, y'all. A little easier. All right. Do. Once it loads up, beautiful. Oh, let's get this back. And we'll fly over back to where we were. Yeah, we're gonna fly back over to that spot. Because I got ideas. I got ideas. And actually, I want to test some things. I've never tried putting freestanding walls in the water. That's something I want to check out too. Now, we do have a shark there, and I don't really feel like dealing with the shark. And we're going up this way. Let's see. That looks decent-ish. How's that thing? How's that going to create? Oh, no, it's a Black Sea camera. Never mind. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. I'm sitting here getting all upset about nothing. Okay. So I also don't want to lose. Well, it doesn't matter. We're creative. We can always replace things. Let's go ahead and I'll pull out the keyboard here, and I want to look at some things. I want to get to our floors. Because I think I want the green cobble or green. Where is it? Maybe just tile? Oh, yeah, we'll just look for tile. No, it's not tiles. Path? That's what I want, path. There's one, mossy brick. And where's my give myself 100 thing? Alright, we got 100 mossy brick, which is way more than we need. We could be doing stuff with glowing tiles too. I need some walls. And dark wood, green brick wallpaper. We'll try that. Okay. So we're gonna try experiments here. First up, we're gonna take out that wall, that wallpaper, and that. All right. And I've never actually played this with mouse and keyboard. We're gonna try that for a little bit while we're in creative. Can I place a wall in the water? Oh, I can. And I can dye said wall in the water. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Okay, let's get ourselves a pergola. I think we'll look at the brick one. Definitely don't need 100 of these, but you know, do as you do. Now how do I pick this up? Okay. Is this where I want to be? Do I want to be a little deeper? What's the pergola look like? Yeah, we'll go one deeper. We'll go over here. Beautiful. And I'll probably have to knock out at least the rocks. I don't know if I'll have to knock out all of the weeds or not. Let's see. No, I don't. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we got the pergola. I wish we could dye those. We're gonna block it up with walls. Not that one. And I'm curious, I'm guessing the walls have a set height, right? So if I put it here, it's gonna be taller. I won't even let me put it here until I pop that. Jellyfish, I'm not trying to fight you, man. You're making choices that you're not ideal for you. Alright, so we don't want that, so we're gonna pick that up. And we're gonna go ahead and compact that down a second here. Okay. We're gonna cover this in walls. Oh, actually, no, we're not. We gotta put down our floor first. You know, if you're gonna do something, do it right. You know, just do it right. So let's go ahead and put our floor down. And we can actually put the floor outside the pergola, because that's where the walls are gonna go, and then we'll fill in the pergola for our little submerged temple. So this might be a challenge if they're not wearing their diving helm, because they will have to hold their breath or move quick. All right, we'll put that down. We're ignoring our friend here that really wants to come and try to eat us. And I'd rather he didn't, so we're just gonna stop that real quick. There we go. Clean up all the mess. Lots of jelly, lots of ore. Cool. Now we could put stuff underneath. I think what I'm gonna actually put though is our tiles. This is hard, so this one gets orange, and it gets a red chest somewhere. There we go. All right, let's put our orange down. After we pop all these tiles. You know what, pergola, you're kind of in the way right now. Let's take care of this real quick. There we go. All right, clean all that up. We'll fix the green. Beautiful. All right, so we got our orange here. And I guess it's off-centered. Yeah, because the pergola's not the right size to keep it centered, which is fine. I kind of want my controller back. We're gonna go back to controller. Perfect. Now I'm feeling a little more in control of things. We have our black panel. Again, consistency matters, right? If you're gonna stick to a theme, if all of our targets are wrapped like that, perfect, beautiful, and then we can pop all this down much faster. All right, now we can take our pergola back, pop that over it like that, and then what we can do is add our walls. And so we're gonna make it so there's one way in, and that's it. This may be hard. I don't know, we'll see. At least it'll be easy to see, I think. He says, not entirely sure. And then where's our wallpapers? There we go. So we can get rid of the excess walls. We can get rid of the excess pergolas. That wasn't even the right pergola. It's the cloth one. We wanted the brick one, I think. So let's go fix that. I was wondering why that looks so different. Yeah, I think the wood's fine. Again, you know, we're doing our best. Let's go ahead and grab this, and we'll pop these down for our submerged temple. Honestly, maybe we switch to the tin one, the steel roof. Well, let's see, what else can we do that's fun down here? Let's look for croc statues, maybe? Yeah. Put them down here. And maybe we'll put a shark one inside, kind of as like a little Easter egg. Because, you know, you might never see it. There we go. Yeah, you might never see that. Maybe we'll put some lights in. We can put some lights in the floor. I think we want the white ones. I think the blue or the green would be a little too weird, but let's see what this looks like down here. It does not help at all. Oh, being down under the water is kind of cool. I can kind of dig that. And I don't think the... What other lights can we try down here and see... Like, what's good underwater lighting? Actually, I'm just kind of curious. What does this look like from underwater? Definitely not part of a temple build. We're gonna get out of there. There we go. And this guy's gotta go. Alright, so yeah, this is our next site. So they have to come down here and make their way into that mess. And this is how you could do underwater like buildings, right? So you could use walls and pergolas so they can't swim out, and they had to kind of run around your underground temple. They could swim up to catch their breath. So there's something kind of fun in that. Except it's so easy to accidentally break the wall, and I think I will leave it open. That's fine. It is so easy to break the wall. But if they're paying attention, this is a good way to reset up your helicopter, I think. Let's see. Oops. What is happening? There we go. I think they can do it from up here. Let me see if that's true. They definitely can land it here. So if they don't, yeah, if they don't crash it, they can land it here for sure. That's fun. But I think they can also park it right there. So yeah, there's places to get your helicopter back up and running to continue your race. All right, so that's a good one. You can tell the developers of Dinkum made this game. Well, I mean, it's Dinkum, so they sure did. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the excess stuff that we gave ourselves. Again, we're not trying to like steal a bunch of stuff. So we got that going. All this other stuff I do not really care about right now. So I'm just gonna ditch it. All right. Let's figure out where we're going next. So I like that one. That one I think is kind of fun. So we have 5 done. 6 done? Where did we? Yeah, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we're looking for... We have 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what we have left. Although I think this one's too close, so we're gonna pop that one and we're gonna move it over maybe here? Oh, actually, you know what we're gonna do? Yeah, yeah, okay. I think we're gonna make ourselves a penguin island and put a bunch of penguins down. That'll be kind of fun later. That could be kind of fun. We'll do that. Alright, so in the meantime, we've got to go do our ones in the town. And, we have one by the docks, potentially. We have one by the airport, potentially. One by John's. And for now... Actually, for now, I'll put one here. We might build ourselves a volcano. Since we're in creative, let's have fun with this. Alright, let's go do a volcano build. That's gonna be a bunch of dirt printing. It's gonna be a bunch of lava blocks, basalt blocks, fire blocks. All, you know, as you do. And again, this is all roughing it down, right? We're getting the basic idea down, then we're gonna try our race. It's gonna be a long race. With this many targets, is a long race. But the nice thing is, as long as I don't accidentally delete the targets, you can make certain ones blinking, so it might only be like, okay, let's get to these 3 targets first, or whatever. You don't have to do all 8 or 9. This just gives us choices for different routes and things. Alright, we're gonna make our way over here. So let's see, let's look at the terrain and see if there's anything that lends itself towards a cool volcano build. I mean, there's something kind of cool about building up a big hill here and having lava that goes into the water. That could be kind of fun. I don't know that I want to do that much terrain work. Oh, well, now this has potential, as does back there. I think we might do it here, actually. This has good potential, because a big chunk of it's already done. We might do it there, but let's see what else we got. This one's really good, too, as a spot. As is that. Where was I thinking? Let's go north here. This would be a large volcano, but could be kind of cool. Let's try here. Alright, so a couple things we need to do, right? We're gonna need to do a bunch of land clearing, a bunch of land printing, all that jazz. So what I'm gonna do right quick, so I don't lose tools I actually care about. So, you know, again, I want to, for when we're doing these projects, I have no problem using things up and breaking things and all that jazz, but I don't want to totally cheat everything in. So we're gonna keep some of this normal and some of it we're not gonna care about. Okay. Let's now switch back to mouse and keyboard. Let's get ourselves a couple things. First, we're gonna get dirt printers. And you're like, oh, you can cheat it in. What do you want to get? Nope, I want to get these ones because I want them to break so they leave my inventory. We're gonna get compactor. We're gonna get... I have my own food I can eat, so that's fine. Let's get the rough lay of the land, and then we'll decorate it. And so we'll have 4 of these. Or 3 of these, and 1 of these. And what we're gonna need now is a chainsaw. And I guess a jackhammer. Okay. Now we are ready to start clearing stuff. So I'm gonna start taking all this out. I'm gonna build this up even more. I am curious how much higher I have to work with. And then we're gonna let the lava kind of work its way down this hill. So I think that'll be good. All right. Didn't really watch my stamina, that's okay. The fruit salad takes over in a minute. And yes, I could have like stamina food and cheat all that, and we might get there. All right, so how much more room do I have if I'm building this up? Let's kind of build up along this lip here. And again, you know, the caldera of this volcano doesn't have to be the whole part of this. We can just kind of work our way up like this. And now I think I'll just go up as high as I can, because this will be the post, right? These two pieces will be part of the highest point. And it looks like we got a little more room than I thought we would. Okay, okay. Oh boy, is this it? This is it. Okay, there we go. So this is how high up we're gonna go overall. At the tallest point of our volcano. And we're gonna let, you know, we're gonna leave it a little natural. I'll come fill in some of the heights later. I know we lost the height there, so there we go. And this will be our high point. That will have all the lava kind of flowing out of it. And actually what we might do is we might we might build it up as a lip and then build the, so we can have running down and you can actually see a divot into it. And maybe that's where we actually put the chest. And if you're like, what are you talking about? I'll show you in a second. Don't worry, you'll see. All right, so this is our volcano, right? We do need to fill this in most of the way. We're not gonna fill it all the way, but most of the way up to maybe one lower than that actually would be ideal. So we'll do that for now. Perfect. Gotta love a dirt printer, right? Still not sure why it takes energy to use, but what do I know? Alright, this is good, this is good. We're gonna get a bunch of height changes here. We'll smooth this out a little bit. I mean, we want it to be a volcano. So we're gonna smooth it out a little bit. Rough it out. I guess the opposite. So let's smooth it out, yeah. I still want it to be like downhill. So we can come up to here. And we'll go up maybe 2 more. Alright, I gotta actually come up to here. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of where we'll start this. Kind of have it spreading out. It'll still have a sheer side, because I'm not going to rebuild this whole mountain back here. But we can kind of break up a little bit of it, so it's not just a pure wall of basalt and lava flow. And we're just going a little rough, right? You know, we're trying to make it look natural-ish, I guess. And I do want to kind of slope more down this hill, kind of incorporate a little bit into this hill. So that way we can kind of have it flow down here. Okay, that's probably good enough for roughing it out. Let's now get our basalt, which is going to be the base of our path. Now, what is... I know there's some other, like, red or black dirt paths. Let's see what we got for options. Rock edge, rock path. Actually, rock path might not be bad. We got basalt, we got rock path. Let's see everything we got. Let's see here. What category do paths fall under? Not that one. Here we go. They're in here. Okay, so let's see. Cobblestone road. No. Basalt is good. Well, actually, cobblestone road might not be awful. The asphalt. We'll take a look at that. That actually might work. Yeah, let's try that. That's kind of our palette. So of course we're gonna want to get up to the top of this. And we're gonna put all this inside for sure. What am I trying to do here? I need a scythe. Do not need an iron scythe. So let's okay, come on now. There we go. I just don't need 100 iron scythes. Perfect. Interesting. I didn't realize that the scythe wouldn't work up a hill. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get this cooking in here. What does this look like next to this? Actually, yeah, that's not bad. So, oh, well, that's awful. Dang it. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad when we get down towards the bottom. Those lines, though, are not ideal. Although, do we get the same with this? What does this do? That also kind of resets weird. Well, you know, we're gonna have lava going down, so it's not that big a deal. So let's go ahead and make the whole ring the basalt. We'll start with that. We'll come back to interspersing some other patterns, right? Where did I do with that jackhammer? There it is. I don't hate it in general, but for these walls, but also won't matter. Okay, because we're getting it here too, so it might not be the end of the world. So what are the fire? What's the fire thing called? The cooked slime, the water. Oh, it's just a bed, right? It's a type of bed, lava bed, or flame jelly bed. That's the one we wanted. Let's see what this does. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and take our little caldera in here. So that's looking great. Again, the whole point of this is we're building a target for our game. So we're gonna sink this down, I think, one more. So let's pop this one off. Place that. Compact that, dig that up, put that down, and stick that chest in there. And that's where the marker will be. Alright, so that's a good start. Then we can start doing some things with the liquid mechanics and let this kind of run. So if we put this here, and here, and here, and maybe we take... What does it look like if we put one up here? Maybe we pop this one out and dig this down. Yeah. Ugh, this drives me nuts sometimes. There we go, just pop it out that way. Kind of put this bed here. I don't like that it's above. Alright, let's pop that dirt down there for now. I'll take that one out. There we go. Alright, so we got our little eruption happening over here, our lava flow, and again, it kind of spreads downhill as it falls into the sea. And will eventually become, you know, a new island. I think we put one there and there. And we can kind of wend our way over. Wend, is that a word? It is now. And this is where I think the cobblestone interspersed with some of the The molten lava. Oh no, why does it have lines? It doesn't need to have lines. Ugh. Guess we're not using that at all then. We're just gonna use the... kind of like that. I think we'll keep it simple, right? Just stick with the blocks that work. So that's a nice start there. I think I want more lava, though. More lava! I love the idea of, like, one tree that's holding on for dear life, so we will try keeping a tree up. And so I think that'll be fun. So we'll have another strand if we come down here. And kind of just stop there, because we'll get a rock wand. Or a stone wand. What are we calling the wands now? Stone wand. No, we're not using that, so we can toss that. And that's why the lava stopped there, you know? So we can do some fun things here where like the stones kind of come out. There we go. And that's helping direct the flow of this blast. And of course we'll put more stones up on the rock itself. Guess you gotta be on the level. We can actually, I think, put some in here. That actually could hide the chest a little bit. Maybe up here. Interesting. Too high, or do I have to actually be on it? Is that the issue? Oh yeah, we can put some up here. I can dig that. I guess we could take this piece out, put a big old stone there. No, I don't like the stone there. Okay. And then let's see, we'll put a little more of that down. A little more stone. Probably need to put more, at least right here, of that and that. Nice. Okay. This is coming together. Gotta love building a volcano. Volcanoes are always fun to build. So that's flowing down nicely. I think we'll have another little stream come down into the, off this side too, just like some coming down here. And actually, I may just blow out the sidewall here. So maybe we'll just do a little bit of a path here. And again, why did it stop? It hit rocks. Perfect. And we'll throw some more lava rock down, which I know is called basalt. Cool. I mean, that's looking pretty cool at night. And again, I did say I wanted, and look, we'll still have the Wari moose hanging out here. Let's get our tree picker or pinchers. We're done with that. We're done with that. Done with that. We can borrow this tree. Because I always think it's cool when you see some of those pictures, the photos of like vegetation that's just holding on during these awful... Yeah, that's looking good. I like that. Alright, so that's gonna be one of our... That's gonna be another one of our kind of helicopter race sites you need to go to. Let's take a look at it from above. What do y'all think, chat? I think it looks pretty decent. You know, I'm not a design, you know, I'm not a big builder designer, but I have my fun. And I think that's looking pretty awesome. Coming out into the water. And again, you're doing your helicopter race, you need to race in, jump off. Get over here, get into the chest, grab whatever item you need to get, and then get out. And then race on to the next site. At least that's the idea. I dig it. Okay, let's look at our map. We'll probably sleep so we can rest up again. So that one's done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it is just gonna be 7. I don't know that we need to do a ton. It's already gonna be a very long race. I do want one in town, I think over by John's. So let's go check out town. And this is your first time seeing the stream. This is a town I did on a medium core challenge, which was a challenge I came up with, modifying some hardcore rules or hard mode rules from some other great users and players of the game. And we completed the challenge, and so now we're having just fun on the island, which is all nicely decorated. And I realize this is where we'll start the race, of course. The race has to start and finish at the airport. So that's what we'll do, is we'll set up the airport, and we got a lot of work to do over at the airport anyway. But here's town. This is a canal I dug. That was fun. But I wanted a town that was very vertical, that had a lot going on with heights, and I wanted to be on the water and bridges. And so I love the way John's shop backing right up to the bank looks, using the bank as a hot air balloon stop. So I think our other chest location is actually going to be under the bridge. Which of course means we will need to break the bridge. Actually, can we do that? Ooh, I don't know if we can actually do that. I don't remember. I know you can't put most things under bridges. Can you put a chest under a bridge? I know it definitely won't let me build it while the bridge exists, but can I do it? Let's find out. I truly don't know. Chainsaw, please. Not a chainsaw. Pick, please. Grab that. Fly down here. Pop that one there, and then I'm guessing no. It'd be too awesome and convenient if this worked, but I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna get mad at me for, yep. It doesn't like having the chest down there, unfortunately. Bit of a bummer, but not the end of the world. Because instead, I'm gonna make them get out of their helicopter and go into a house. I think that works fine too. All right, we got this lined up here, good. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we'll figure out where we want them to have to go. I think they'll have to just come to one of these houses. Actually, they'll have to come down here to the conference center, which is going away. This looks like I spent so many dinks buying that. We're gonna stick a chest in here, I think, and that's where the final chest will be. I wish I could stick in that corner. Maybe we go. I don't like it there either. Let's find another place. Where can we go with this chest? We could go in someone's house. Like this big old empty house. That's fine. That's not a problem. I need to be able to get a mark down without being on the house. Right there. Okay, cool. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna sleep, and then I want to kind of do the race. We will set up a start and stop spot over here by the airport. And I wonder if I can quickly find some sort of timer that we can put on screen to see how long it takes to do this. A doobie doobie doo. Where am I going? I'm going to... There we go, over here. Wait, where is my... Oh, no, down there. There we go. It's the blimp icon was throwing me off. It's like I could not figure out what I was looking at. And so I think, obviously, the finish line has to be the roof of the helicopter, of the airport, right? First person to... Maybe they actually have to land on the roof. I think that makes sense. So let's figure out what we're gonna do for a starting area. This will be our starting area. I think we're going to use concrete. Sorry, it's cement in the game. We want smooth cement, I believe. And we want to pick up all these shells because they're in the way. We're also going to want to do a bunch of dirt printing. And I know it's late, so we'll sleep in a moment here. I did not want to do that. It doesn't really matter. We'll compact it in a minute, but where's my sleeping bag? Alright, let's sleep. Do, 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 do. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, we've slept. Photo by Sam Black. Alright, so what we're gonna do is come over here. We're gonna compact it down. I already have a compactor, I don't know why I'm doing that. Pick this guy up. No, no. We're going to go ahead and take these out. And we're going to make bays for the 4 helicopters to be part of this game. Oh, that's random. There you go. Go hang out over there. How come they're impossible to find when you don't need them? Let's go ahead and eat some good foods here. Now, I'm not going to worry about burning out the printer because who cares? I'll make a new one. Creative mode. Okay, I can do 4. And we're just going to go ahead and extend this area out a little bit. Just so, you know, give a little more land mass around the old airport. That's not a build I'm really happy with. Just using the tower as part of the airport building, I think looks really cool. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and extend this out. And yeah, we should put stairs in at some point, but this is fine for now. I'll have to fix that one square I just popped off. Where'd it go? There we go. Alright, so we got that. We'll put staircases in at some point, as I said, but we'll leave that alone. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna fill this whole area in for now. Up to here. And up to there. That might be a road to somewhere at some point. Maybe we'll put a rail station in. But we are gonna have our helicopters, right? And so I think we are going to use the tiles to kind of be our teams. And now the odds of there ever being 6 players on this map are almost 0 for me. But why can't I? Oh, no, I don't want time of day. I want this. There we go. Let's look at the different color tiles. We'll make 6 landing spots and we'll put 6 copters down. Red, purple. And I guess we'll do black. We will not do black because our inventory is full. So let's go ahead and get these ones. That's black marble. We're going to leave that alone. But we don't need that anymore. And there we go. Okay. So we'll make our little 6 pads for our copters. I think a 2x3 space is more than big enough. We'll do 3x4 actually. So that's gonna be our red copter. Our orange copter. And actually I like having it on the water here, because if we ever make a water race, we can put the same color jet skis here as well. So this can kind of be like our locations for all of that, which I think is kind of fun. Dirt printing. go. So much junk. Let's switch to mouse and keyboard to get rid of it. Can I just shift click it? No. But I can kind of do this. And now technically this was all, this was all legit found, but I don't need it. And it's just eating up my inventory. Thunder sacks I'll keep because I did find those legit. And palm wood we don't really care about. Okay. Alright, so we got red, orange, blue, green. I'm sure it's gonna drive someone nuts that we didn't put these in like the right order. You know, we're not Roy G. Bibbing it. There we go. We don't need green anymore. And then we gotta do for the black copter. You're like, Josh, you don't have all these copters. I will shortly, thanks to the power of creative. Beautiful. All right, so that will get us our landing pads, our starting points. We'll clean that up. And I think we can do some decorating over here. Maybe what we'll do is... Oh, I don't know. Where's my dirt printing? Let's print some dirt to kind of explain the rules, right? So we got a nice backing wall that we can make some sort of tile. Make it 3 high. And then we'll do 1 high here to put the signs on. Oops. And we'll compact around that. And we'll compact that. Okay. And let's see, what do we want to do for our tiles for the signage? I don't know. What could be fun? Do we have glowing? Let's see what glowing might look like. Glowing sometimes can be a little much. No, I think glowing is exactly what we need for our big old rainbow flight game. Yeah, I like it. Okay. And then we'll need some spotlights for sure. They're not called spotlights, though. What are they called? Let's see. There's searchlights. Definitely don't need 100, but we'll have fun with that. And pop that away. Grab those. Like that. We'll probably get some more white concrete. Sorry, cement. To actually put down front and around this thing. For now, again, this is very roughing it in. We'll decorate it at some point, or we won't. Maybe we'll be too busy doing helicopter races. I don't know. And we'll just go back behind here. There, cool. Get our spotlights back, searchlights back. And then signs. Handwriting sign and a sign writing pen. We'll just need to have our inventory. I believe that's how that works. Or maybe we have to click on them. I don't remember. Okay. Now let's edit some signs. Probably with the sign writing pen after all. Race around the island, race around. So this is gonna be kind of fun because I want to try to make it 2 lines across all the signs. So it's gonna be race around the island. I don't think picking up will fit, so we have to come back and edit this. Yeah, picking up won't fit. Race around the island. Race around the island. picking up your... Can I get that on one line? Nope. Your team's tiles from each red chest you... Is anyone going to read that across? Are they going to read race around the island, pick up your team's tiles from each red... I don't know. Or are they just going to read each sign? I kind of like it as one big line scrolling all the way across. That's where I'll need chat's help. You got to tell me. Would you read left to right and then drop down to the next line and read left to right? Or would you read sign by sign? I'm going to sit here and think about that while you all ponder. Gotta do my evening stretches. I think actually we're also going to switch the desk to standing mode. Because, you know, this year I want to be healthier. And we're going to start... As long as there's a small chance every stream I could break a leg. Because we're going to be moving back into something I haven't done for years. Standing up. Not standing up. Streaming while on a treadmill. So that's going to be coming. Can't wait for that. But I figure, you know, the treadmill goes slow. It's like 2 miles an hour. But, you know, we can get an extra 2 miles of steps in. That's always healthy, right? It's important. Hydrate, be healthy. So, yeah, I'm not seeing anything in the comments from y'all. You're not helping me out here. I think we'll go ahead and just do a sign-by-sign race around the island. Period. Grab one of your team's tiles. Oh, you can do 3 lines? Alright, fine. We'll number them even. 1. Race around the island. 2. Get to each red chest at the star. That's all we can do. Okay. Get to the red chest at the star. Find the red chest. Find the chest at the star locations. Find chests at star locations. Perfect. But now it's not numbered. Dang it. 2. Open chest. Let's try that. 2. Open chest. At map stars. At stars. Open chests. At stars. See map. Map. On map. This is what we'll do. Open chest at stars. On map. Whew, there we go. Something like that. Race around the island. Open chest at stars. On map. That's dumb. I don't like it. That I think will be fine. Perfect. Three. Grab one of your team's path. That's fine. 4. When you have all of them, race back when you have them all. Race back when you have them. Come back. Return. When you have them. And then 5, land on airport roof to win. All right, there we go. So that's what we got. And that was a little painful. Helicopter. We're gonna put 6 of them down. One of these I'm keeping, so we're gonna take that. No, I don't. We'll go back to keyboard mode or controller mode, because that's how I play. All right, I gotta break it. All right, so we're done with the. Actually, we're gonna keep all these tiles because we need to stock the shelves at some point. All right, so what we need to do now, though, is put all these helicopters down, and then we need to paint them. If I do this with mouse, can I do a little more precise? I don't think I can. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as they're close-ish. It is weird that there we go. I'll fix that one's annoying. Why? Why? Everyone else. You know what? We're just gonna use the scythe because that I think will break them and not knock out the other ones. There we go. Okay. So now we gotta paint these suckers. Let's grab some paint. Don't need that anymore, don't need that anymore, don't need that anymore. Sure. I don't know why I was carrying those around anyway. Keeping my real helicopter, because that's mine, yo. And then we're gonna get our paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not mine, this is not mine, this is not mine. Alright, we need a green paint, orange paint, a blue paint, a black paint, a purple paint, and then a red paint. Not in that order, but that's what we need. Nice. Alright. So that is technically the kind of the whole game, right? So you have to race to the different stars that we made. Let's get rid of the ones we didn't actually make. 2, 4, 5. I'm missing one somewhere. Oh yeah, the house. We don't need the greenhouse lit up, so we can take that off. So you have to race to the different locations, get your tile, and go. So here's what we're gonna do. I am going to take a 2-minute break here, real quick. Maybe, we'll call it 3 minutes, so I can grab some water. Then I'm gonna see if I can find an online timer that we can display on the screen as we're racing, and we're gonna try the race ourselves and see how it goes. First, I am going to sleep, so we can save. And if any of you are a Dinkum player and want to try racing, you can message in the chat here, and we might be able to get you in on multiplayer. We'll have to see how that might work. But let me sleep until tomorrow so it saves. Be right back, and it's going to say, I think, 5 minutes if you're watching on YouTube. It should be less than that, and then we'll go from there. So be right back. Don't go anywhere, and yeah, this should be fun. All right, back in a few moments. Once I remember how to start the break. Start a break. Here we go. BRB. Don't worry, I'm back. We let the things run in the background for a moment here while we try to figure out how to get a good timer going. I think what we can do is, let me see if I can find a quick script. See if there's like a OBS like stopwatch script that we can use. Let's see here. Yeah, I found one I like. Alright, now how do I get this downloaded? Spoiler about the script installation. Oh, I gotta do a bunch of installs and watch a video. I don't want to do that. That seems like a lot more work than I need. We'll figure this out. Let's see here. Yeah, because normally I just want to be able to like plug and play. Well, I'm not seeing it. Let's end the break early. And break. And we're back. Most of you are back. Some of you might not be, but we're back. Okay, so what I'm looking for here is we're trying to find like a good kind of like way to start a stopwatch or something. I don't think there's one in game, so I guess we'll just have to use the game clock as kind of our timer to see how well we can do. And we'll try it. We'll try it once instead of. Let's go ahead and get up here. Instead of taking items out of the chest, we'll put items into the chest. Why is this keyboard up? Go away, keyboard. There we go. There we go. So I think that's what we'll do, is we'll put items into the chest instead of taking it out. We'll put a couple of each in here. Let's look at our map looks like. So our map looks crazy now. I kind of like this little rainbow parking lot. I'm going to leave them put since they're actually centered nicely. We'll take our own helicopter. And we'll start at, I guess, 9:30, and we'll see how long it takes to hit all these sites. So starting at 9:30, we'll go and race. And so again, the idea is you don't necessarily have to use all 6 locations, 7 locations. You know, if you're running the races, you could pick certain ones on the map to have people kind of race to, and they can go to whichever direction they think is the fastest for them. They don't want to do doubling back and stuff. But, you know, they'd come over here. Now they got to deal with a warrior move, potentially. Jump out. Oh, no! That's going to be the problem, is people are going to break this thing. I wish there was kind of like, if you play Minecraft, a mode where, you know... I'm going to be going so slow because I'm putting items in. You know, let's just put this whole... We'll put one in each area as we go. Okay. What is it called? Adventure mode? Where you can't break things, like I am breaking my own island as we're sitting here talking. Because that's absolutely going to happen. But that's also why you play on a save, right? Once you set it up, you just play on one save and then don't let people save it or just overwrite it. Alright, let's keep going. That took way too long. It took half an hour of Dinkum time because I'm sitting here goofing around and breaking things. And we have, I don't know how many locations we had. Did we end up making 7 or 6? Regardless, we're going to go ahead and fly into our next one. And this might not be the most optimal path. This is where, you know, you got to watch and kind of look and see where... Oh, that's not our most optimal path. Let's go to town. And so in my mind, I'm imagining like some of my pals who also stream this game, they could be streaming it. I actually love the idea if they're streaming and sharing via Discord, their screens, and then I can kind of like live commentate and switch views as they're doing their nonsense and then heckling each other and stuff. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But even if you're just playing with pals on a, you know, when you're all in Discord together, heckling each other. All right, we'll come in here, go, 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 go. And we'll throw something in there, great. Where's our next best spot to go to? We probably have to go to the one that's all the way out there. And you could do this with helicopters. You could do this with the seaplane. I've never actually tried the seaplane, so that might be a lot of fun to try it with. I don't know if it's faster. Now the fun thing about that is you have 2 players, right? So you could do teams where someone can jump out of the seaplane and jump back in. And maybe that's how you have to play it, is the driver is not allowed to leave the seaplane. And if they do, there's some sort of penalty you got to do or something. Actually, that could be a lot of fun. I'm gonna think about that one. All right, let's make our way over. So the other kind of mini game we're going to work on at some point, probably not tonight, but at some point, is we're going to work on building the Coliseum for our alpha battles. And that one I do want to spend some time decorating and making it look nice and all that jazz. So that's something we are definitely going to be working on at some point. And again, I wish there was like the Dinkum equivalent of like Redstone, where we could have like gates that drop or something. That'd be pretty cool. Man, why did I build this thing so far away? So this is one where you're not going to want to just jump out of your copter if you want to make it faster. You want to make sure your copter lands up there. And we come down here. Go in here. There we go. Next up, we're going to go, yeah, straight across to there. So it's taking about half an hour, Dinkum half hour each one to make it. So this is working. Alright, so we have our decorative one, we have our town one, we have our volcano. Over here, I think, was our challenge map one, which is the really tall, narrow tower. So let's see if that's the one we're going up to. Man, the music just slaps. I love it so much. Do 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 do. No, it's the underwater one. See, we missed it. That's such a hard one. I love it. Where is it? It's somewhere over here near this rock, right? Oh, there it is. I should put some lights there. That feels like it needs lights. We're gonna put some in while we're over here. I guess we're putting one in. Not even the right spot to put it, so we're gonna put it right there. Oh no, where did I put my copter? Uh-oh. Oh no, see, yeah, oh gosh, there it is. Right? That's it there? Yes, okay. I thought I had a rock I could place this on. I do, right here. That's gonna be such a hard one. I love it. Alright, we got that one. Where are we going next? We're going over this far tower one. As the snow's coming down. Alright, we gotta hustle. We gotta make it. Do, 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 do. Alright, we're gonna make our way. And where is it? Where is it? I think this is the big old obelisk. I think he says. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. So you can see the shadow. It's right over here. This is the big obelisk. So... Alright, good. We landed that one pretty easily. That wasn't so bad. So that wasn't as hard as I thought it'd be. It'd be hard if you weren't allowed to leave your helicopter. That was one of the original ideas, was like, okay, once you go. So we haven't done the Coliseum yet. The Coliseum. It's a pit right now. We left at 9:30, so we're at 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Penguins! And I think it's just the starting island, and then we just have to race back. So you can definitely do it in a Dinkum day. It's a longer race. But I think a bunch of people riding around the sky would be kind of fun. Alright, where's the Coliseum gonna be? It's over here. And this is the lake we're gonna put our Shark Coliseum in. That one, that's gonna take a while to build. I'm actually not looking too forward to that one. Unless we just do a small arch around this one, which is also very possible. Alright, so we'll pop that open, throw out some black tile path. We got this one up here. Yep. Oof, how much time we got? How much time we're going? All right. 4 Dinkum hours. And now... I have no idea what a standard Dinkum hour is. I should know that. I've played enough of this game that I should have a good idea of the timing. Alright, let's make our way. Making our way. Got to be out there. It's so far away. There we go. This was our first one. This is where we did our test builds. I don't even have anything to put in here. Red tile path. We'll take 50 of those. Why not? Doesn't really matter. And so that, I think, is all of them. And so now the goal is to get back to the start, which is all the way over here. And again, what's nice is using the map icons. You want a short race? That's fine. Just pick three spots. Pick 2. Or turn the stars off, tell them they're not allowed to turn them on, so they have to just navigate by opening and closing the map, but they only need to hit up the 3 of them. Things like that. Alright, we're gonna make our way. There's a pearl. Keep going. Come on, come on. So it was 9:30 to 12:30 is 3 hours, to 2:30 is 5 Dinkum hours. Can we do it in under 5 Dinkum hours? It's gonna be a no, but it's gonna be real close. And I think the answer is yes next run when I'm not putting things down. So that's gonna be the first question. Do you have to land on here or do you have to be on here? I think you have to land on there. Yeah, it does say land on the airport, so timer's still going because I did not land. Will that stay up? Yes, there we go. Alright, 5 hours, 10 minutes Dinkum time to do the whole island circuit. That's not awful. That's kind of fun. I dig that. And I think, you know, the challenge is very different if you're doing it at night than if you're doing it in day. I don't know. What do y'all think, chat? I think it's useful. I think it's good. I am a fan. Alright, we're gonna go ahead though and make our way over to our Coliseum. That's our next kind of area. And I think what we'll do is that's going to be a double wall situation, so we'll do outdoor walls so we can paint them and make them look nice, with an interior wall in between them of actual dirt printing so that the creatures don't get out. We'll have some sort of like seating so people can watch. And then again we'll have different area for an alpha shark fight, but that's not going to be something we'll work on right now. Alright, let's make our way over here, and this is our arena location. Welcome to the arena. Now, what I think is that I need to get my measuring tape. One, two, okay, so I think the measuring tape can do 21 by 21, right? So let's do 11 by 11. Just want to see how big that is. That would be here. Oh, I can go further than I thought, actually. I can go much further than I thought. Okay, well, in that case, if I start here, and we go out 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll go at 11 by 11 to this corner. Alright, so that's the corner I want. Oh, go away. And so we want to go another 10, so we want to do like 21? Is that gonna center? I think that's gonna center it. 21 by 21. I think that's the interior, or that's the wall setup, right? So 1, 2, yeah, so that'd be 10, and that'd be 10. Perfect, okay. So first, let's clear this area. And we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a jackhammer to start. We'll get some stamina potion, or whatever they're called. Brew. Got some waddle brew, and we'll take, yeah, that's all we need. We'll have so much stamina regen that we're gonna be able to knock all this down real quick. We'll also get ourselves a, not a dirt printer, compactor, that's what we want. Great. And apparently I wrote Josh in my chat, and I was like, who just wrote something? It was me! I don't think I've ever typed once in Dinkum before, so that's fun. Okay, so that's gone. Let's get anything else out of here we need to get out. I kind of enjoy that the grid stays mid-air when you put it down. It's kind of entertaining to me. All right. Goodbye, cactus. All right. So to start off, I think what we'll do for a very basic start is I don't think we need anything crazy on the floor. I do love my concrete, or sorry, cement, and I think for this we're gonna do smooth initially. That honestly just makes the most sense. 20 by 21 though is gonna be a lot more smooth cement than you think you need. That's more than enough now. I'll just get the edge in so we can get rid of this very bright pink nonsense we got going. And then we'll fill it in. Beautiful. And that croc, I'm sure, is still hanging out somewhere, ready to be annoying. Okay. Whew. Alright, my eyes are so much better now. And we'll just take care of him, because otherwise he's just going to be annoying. I mean, this is the arena. This is where things are going to be. Battles are going to be fought and lost and all that jazz, but, you know, he doesn't have to be so annoying. Now, the question is, do we try to do a round circly thing? I don't think so. You know, it's a very blocky, kind of boxy game. I think it's okay if we stick to the blocky boxiness. So to start off, and we might put some decoration in the floor at some point. But to start off, we're going to go ahead and throw all this down. Also, I can take off the silly hat now. And what we don't want is walls actually on the outside. So we might just do dirt printed wall and then decorative exterior walls, because you don't want them on the interior, because as you're spamming buttons and fighting things, you don't want to be accidentally picking up walls. That'd be kind of annoying, to be honest. So that might be something we don't do. Who now? Oh, hello. Ouch. Jerk. And that's okay, because we're going to sleep in a second anyway. Just so we're not building at night. or we're gonna sleep anyway. Man, you play some games on your Switch and everything gets backwards. There it goes, making sure that's sending where it needs to go. Cool, I didn't realize I could send one messages to both Twitch and YouTube. That is fun to know. Alright, we can get up now. Let's keep putting this down. I don't know that I want to keep the chest in the middle of the arena. Although that is kind of funny to me, actually. You know, we're going to keep it initially. Because maybe that will be part of the races, is we'll stock the arena with some friends. Doing good. How have you been, man? Hey, Stavos, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out on Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch and the YouTubes today. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Been getting back into streaming on Twitch. Been streaming a ton on YouTube. Playing a lot of Dinkum. And Wizard 101 is... it came out on the iPad. It came out on the Switch. And man, I've never played it. I missed it when I was younger, and I am kind of addicted to it on the Switch. I've been loving the heck out of it. Alright. Base ground for arena. Hooray. You're like, not that exciting, kind of boring. What are we gonna do now? Well, now we need to actually put up, like, viewing stands and things like that. So let's get ourselves a chainsaw. And we'll get ourselves a printer. And we'll keep drinking our happy juice here, because that's going to make us be able to print things and do things a lot faster. And we can pop one more. It's a great game. Think Animal Crossing, where things want to kill you. It's Australia. So everything wants to kill you, and can do so. There's a mine where there's bigger monsters. Right now I'm playing in creative mode. Because I'm building stuff, but this island, I built out the whole island not in creative mode. There's a whole city I've built out over here. You can kind of see from the map all sorts of things. It's a real fun one. It's like 20 bucks. It is on the Nintendo Switch. It's not feature complete yet on the Switch. That's a few versions behind, but it's still good fun. But I love it on the PC. And I think I've streamed about 400 hours of it on YouTube now. Ooh boy. And this weapon I'm using is an advanced one that took a while to get, but it's a good one. Alright, we're gonna keep dirt printing, because we need to have a safety net here, because we keep getting attacked. And don't be like, oh no, you printed... We're gonna go, I think, 4 high? How high can you jump normally? Yeah, I think 4 high is what we want. What's the glider jump? Yeah, 4 high is good. All the way around. This will keep, ideally this will keep the monsters in, the critters in that we spawn in, the alphas. And it will make life a little more manageable as we're building too. Hopefully no more friendly crocs visiting. Now what's going to be a bit of a pain is I want this wall to go back like 4. I don't know if we're going to do that all the way, or if we're going to do like a clubhouse where you can watch the battles from. I think that probably makes more sense. And yes, I know this is going to print break. Don't care, because we are doing that on purpose. So when you're in creative mode, I actually would rather use the yellow ones, because they leave my inventory when they're dead, and I don't have to worry about recharging them. It's spawn a new one. Alright, I'll compact that down. Now, do I need a 21 by 21 giant arena? Not at all. But as soon as you make the arena and you're like, oh, I wish it was one larger, it's good just to make it too big. And then you can always put like interior walls or dividers or things to make things interesting. around. Why do I feel like I'm one too short? I thought I wanted to go 4 high. Did I lose a level of height somewhere? Maybe not. I'll grab another one. I think the flower will come up when you dirt print on it. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Oops, well that's fine. We'll probably build our clubhouse onto this island area anyway. We'll just take that down real quick. There we go. Okay. This should keep critters in, but you can still get out easily. We might go 1 higher, or maybe we'll put a fun spiky wall or something on top, like the barbed wire. I don't know. I do think we're going to go... Let's grab this cement path for this wall. Fence. Iron cement fence. What does that look like on top? Let's see. Alright, dirt painting is going well. We'll get that all down. What does that look like up top here? That looks okay. What about the barbed wire? Barbed wire uses wood. How do we feel about wood? No, this looks like... I think we'll go with the spiky fence. For now. Although glass actually could work well too. Like, oh, come watch the barbarians fight. Let's see here. We got a glass wall, right? Is it called something else? It's just called glass fence. Okay. Yeah, I like the glass. Alright, so we'll put glass in, but let's figure out where we want to build the viewing platform. Obviously, the viewing platform, it's got to be over here, right? We got to just connect to this area. That's a lot less dirt printing, for sure. Oh, actually, okay, yes, because we're going to do the dirt printing here. We'll make this a nice decorated hut where you can watch the battles, store weapons and things. And then we'll extend the viewing platform over this corner, because this will be the aquatic arena where you fight the alpha shark. I think that'll work. The alpha shark one's gonna be a little more difficult to kind of set up, because we got to actually put platforms down and things. So if the corner is gonna extend 1, 2, 3, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. We'll leave 5 there, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That'll be where that goes. So let's put down more fence. This is kind of an annoying thing to do. What if I get up here? Can I do it from up here? Just walk across? Nope. Alright, we'll play your way. Oh, can I do it from here? See that croc down there, he wants to come in. Alright, I like the look of this. And so the nice thing about the arena is you can still add like things like the stone wand, and you can throw rocks down and have like barriers in here. So that's always kind of cool. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I wish you could have floating platforms. It'd be so nice. Alright, so that'll work for that. So this gives us a good arena battle zone. We'll show what that looks like in a minute here. I do want to do some stuff with walls, though. What do we want to do with walls? Oh, actually, interior walls would be kind of fun with, let's see, charcoal wall, maybe? So if I take the charcoal wall, which, again, you only need one of, and I grab these, you could do things like mazes and stuff. And decorate like little, you have little battle huts and things you can run around and hide behind. The problem is, again, when you're fighting, there is a risk you accidentally pick up the wall, right? Because you can't lock them, which is a bit of a shame. But again, it gives you a nice platform to play on. You can design and test things out, so it's a nice clean area. Okay, so I do want this to kind of extend out. And I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of chop all this down. And we'll go ahead and print in here. Nope. And we're just going to print this out. And again, we're just building another platform where we can set up the selfie cam. So you can kind of watch battles without the UI. Things like that. But yeah, this would be where we would also watch. Use mouse keyboard for that. We would also watch the alpha fight, or queue up for the alpha fight for the shark. What do we need? We need a printer. We probably need 2 of them at this point, so let's just grab another one. There we go. And I think this will be good. This will be where we actually put the viewing area, as it were. Yeah, that we'll use walls. We'll decorate the walls, but let's put down a floor here. Maybe cobblestone. How's that gonna look? No. Oh, I know what we'll do. I know what we'll do. We'll do cement. And then we'll actually put the rug down, the carpet down, which I don't... Is carpet a thing? We can't actually put, like, carpet... Yeah, we can use this one. On the interior. We'll make it fancy. Alright, so we'll continue the cement as a border. Click happy there. Nice, and this will be our fancy rug area. Beautiful. So you can view from up here. We will need more glass wall. Because I think instead of a corner area, we're just going to do something like this. Lovely. And maybe we'll have it like that so you can still come up and watch. Cool. So good viewing angles there. Good viewing angles here. That tower's got to come down, of course. And to do that, we'll just grab a shovel and our compactor. Always being annoying. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, let's use the mouse and keyboard. I think, again, I can shift-click to trash this kind of fast. Oh, right. We are in... I don't have to have rain if I don't want to. I forgot, we're in creative mode. There we go. clear out some inventory. Love to see it. Okay. So now let's talk sharks. What I kind of want the arena to be is something here where they don't have a lot of land access. So maybe what we do is we dirt print. Do we just dirt print off this area? I think we do. I need my helmet on to be able to use power tools underwater here. There we go. Okay, so that's where we're going to put the shark pen. And I think what we'll do is we'll still dirt print at the same height, or we can do one lower. Yeah, we can do one lower. We will take out kind of where all this connects, just to break it up a little bit. Cool. Now we're gonna do kind of this corner for our shark arena. You don't need a lot of room for the shark arena, to be honest. Hey, Essek, how's it going, man? Good evening to you. Saw Stavos was in here. I don't know if you remember Stavos. Stavos just chatting in the Twitch chat. Alright, so for the shark battle, if I'm standing up here, I think we'll go kind of off these walls, and that'll be more than enough space to deal with the shark. Because again, they are kind of awful. And we're still got to figure out, we have to give land for people to sit on, be on, you know, so we have to still figure that out. Let's keep dirt printing this way. Look everyone, the gang's all here. Stay with us the other day, Aztec and I were playing a bunch of Hightail. I'll definitely be playing that again. Hopefully with Mr. Aztec Consulting. Alright, and I'm not going to care about this breaking. We are going to continue this wall. I guess for the shark one, we can make it a little more rough and wild looking. Oh, there's a beehive. Go free, bees! Alright. So yeah, for the shark one, I think we can go a little... We can follow the water's edge. I think there's something kind of cool about that. Let's go printer. Dirt printer. Oh, I have a bunch of dirt printers. That's fine. We'll keep breaking them. I do want to make sure I'm not, like, totally blocking off a waterway here. No, this is all interior lake. Perfect. We'll chop down this tree. Again, we're working on our arena right now, if you're just getting in here. We did switch our island to creative mode. And so that's what's going on. Yeah, we built a whole raceway for a helicopter race. So we designed kind of a mini game around that. Which at some point we'll have actually play a multiplayer, which I think will be a lot of fun. Alright, let's give this up. And again, we're just going to follow the coastline because I think that's kind of fun. I'm out of stamina food. And I already recycled it all. It's fine. We'll survive. I'm going to take down this coastline, though. Alright, it's not fine. We're out of stamina food. Let's get some more stamina food. Drink some of that. Sorry about that. Luckily I remember the cough switch this time. Alright, let's go ahead and get all that down. And again, we're going to go ahead and add some floaties back in at some point. Look at that croc that just spawned. What is he doing up there? That monster. Pardon me. And we can leave all that alone. I'm not gonna bother even picking up that chest down there. That's fine. I'll get that key though. Okay. So this is now going to be our... Oh, dang it. Really? Just gonna hang out up there. This is gonna be our shark arena. I think this is plenty big. So we are gonna need to just cover up the dirt. It can't just be dirt, right? And we're gonna need a way out of here. Let's do iron ladders. There we go. That's fine. For now. It might go away. Alright, so we're gonna need a glass wall again. Fence? Glass fence? Yeah, we're gonna need glass fence. Got a bunch of that. We're gonna need cement. I think we're gonna try some pontoons as our ways to try to fight this guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in all the cement. So far we've not really used, I mean obviously for the helicopter, some of the stuff we did there, we definitely used some more rare or unique, what's that over there? Oh, that's the honey. More rare, unique bits and bobs. But for building this arena, this is all stuff we easily could have farmed in survival. We did not have to be in creative for this, other than it just made life a lot easier and faster to build. When we build the train station, the train system, we will also do that in creative, because I don't got time to be digging up 7,000 pieces of iron. Okay. Great, so now we have the shark area. I really don't need this amber either. Just look pretty over there. There we go. Okay. So that's our shark pen. And again, I think we will throw down some pontoons. Maybe we'll do something like this here. We'll have a little floating dock. But I don't want a ton of them, right? You know, I want you to have to actually fight the shark. So maybe we'll put a little spot over here. And if you're like, what shark do you keep talking about? I'll show you, don't worry. I'll put one over here. And then I like these reeds, so we'll leave the reeds. Now, can someone jump out? Sure, but then they're out of the games. We'll put our fence up. And we'll show you all the shark in a minute. How's that sound? I think that sounds good. We are going to put a dunny in, so that way people can use the restroom and get rid of their food buffs. So we can switch to maybe a better food buff. Beautiful. And we may put it over here, and we'll do the, I think, the shed design, so it kind of hides that it's a restroom. Alright, oops. Follow the coastline, he said. It'll be easy, he said. There we go. Alright, let's dirt print. We're dirt printing for dunnies. So we'll need room for 4 of them. Because that basically turns into a shed if you've never seen it. Well, we'll show you in a moment here. I think we'll fill in this area. Actually, I think we'll extend the carpet. And we'll grab that. And we'll put this back to dirt. We'll extend the carpet over to here. We'll get some dunnies. Oops. I'll need 4 of them, please, or 50. Seems reasonable. Now it just looks like a little shed. Oops, helps if you don't pick it up. But if you walk up to it now, you can still kind of force your way into it if you get the angle right. And then... oh, that sound is so loud. I don't know that I like the look of that though, so we might just stick with 2 and put them behind some walls. Alright, speaking of, let's get some walls. So we have half walls, interior walls, we'll need some arches. They're not arches, they're called interior doorways. Oh, inventory's full, let's get rid of some junk. We're gonna start messing around with walls now. Okay. So, interior doorways. I'm happy with that to hide the dunnies a little bit, maybe? Let's see what else we can do with these walls. Well, that does some weird stuff. Maybe not that. Is it because, where does this wall want to be? It wants to be on the outside. We can do that. What we'll do is we'll just pop out these bits of glass here. Okay, that's fine. We can stick a dunny in here. I wish we could clip through. We can't. So, you know, we'll just put a dunny in here. It'll be a changing room for the gladiators. So we'll take out the interior wall, or take out the arch. There we go. Yeah, we'll do that and that. There we go. So now you have this. And we'll make this look like something. So let's look at our wallpaper options. Let's see. Star wall, pastel, white. What's white? I don't know white brick. So we'll try white brick. We'll try white panel. I know I like charcoal. And we'll look at dainty just because I'm sure it'll be amusing. Okay, let's see what we get for wall options here. No more dunnies needed. White brick, white panel, dainty, just because I think it's funny. Not pink pastel, and then charcoal we know we like. Alright, let's see what white brick looks like. That's actually not bad for this. What's white panel? That's wood. Dainty. Oh, nope. That's not going to be what I want. Charcoal's good. I think, though, maybe white brick? Or white panel. Let's see. You know, I think we're going to go white panel. Alright, it does kind of inhibit the viewing area. I am tempted to put a bump out here to view. Or hear me out. We don't let it inhibit the viewing panel. After all, we do this. Where's our glass walls? Glass fence. Again, it's a wall, whatever. We put those back as they were. And we just put a little half fence here. It does weird stuff because of the other fence. We could take that out and have it do slightly less weird stuff. Oop, not that one. Definitely not that one. The whole point's not to block my view. Yeah, we'll do that. That works. For now. I don't love it, but it works for now. Where did my panel wall go? Now, I'm glad it's getting dark, because I do want to also light the floors of this place. So, floor... let's do... I do like the white ones. I'll kind of put them in the corners. And that should be pretty good. We could also put them at the halfway points. Do I still have my tape measure? Because I think this is still 21 by 21. So we know that's the center right there. So 21 by 21 means what? What does that mean? That means we do have a middle point? Yes, it'll be point 11. Right? Because if I do 11 to here, that should also be 11. Alright, I love when that works out. So we just need to come over here to 11. All building games should have a tape measure that works like this. It's honestly one of my favorite tools in the game. It's so nice when you're like, I want to center things. Now we go over to 11. Okay, so that's the first part. We do need to also make a place where people can put their spawns, because they're going to die. It's going to happen. And so I think what we'll do is we'll end up building kind of like a place to put beds down here. We'll build like a little hut back here where competitors can reset their spawn. Again, I don't need this. Go away. Great. So I think we can build that down here. But I did promise to show you the shark. Like, why did we build an aquatic arena? Oh, and actually, let's put some lights in the shark arena too. That might be cool. Put some blue ones down, see how that looks like at night. These ones I'm just gonna pop a little more randomly. It's like an aquarium from hell once we get the alpha shark in here. Alright, so we're gonna spawn some animals. Where is our alpha shark? That is the alpha shark. And he's about to kill me in 2 bites if I don't get out of here. They'll ignore me if I'm on here, I think. For now. But that's the alpha shark. And you saw how much damage she just did to me. So it's you know, it's a thing. And that's the problem, is you can't hit him unless you're on the ground. Oof. So it's this one's a battle, because what I need to do is put more rocks in. Nope. And he got me. And the alpha shark just lives there now until we bother to go kill him. So I think I need to actually raise the level of the dirt the whole floor by one. Or in spots, so you can run around and try to fight them. Oh, it's raining. We're gonna fix that. Where do I respawn? Wherever I last slept, that my bed still exists. Oh, right here. Good. So we're back in the arena. The alpha's still hanging out. Let's show you some of the other alphas. If you've never seen this game, it's a blast. We are gonna give ourselves another ice hammer since I'm breaking this one on purpose. And there's lots of foods that you can buff yourself with, right? So that's the idea. So there is 3 other alphas. And it's these guys. One shoots fire, one's a giant croc, one's an angry, and see, now they can all battle each other. So the idea of the arena is different weapon loadouts, everyone being the same, and see who can last the longest. Maybe that's the last one standing. I just keep dropping in alphas until there's only one surviving person. And so you can have all your different battles. Weapons broken, we'll give ourselves another one, don't worry about that. They will fight each other because they're different species, and they hurt each other. They're still coming after me. But they, alright, did one die? Okay, we lost the croc. Fireball McGee over there is still fighting. I don't think they've officially hit each other. Oh, gosh. There we go, now they'll fight each other. Now we can just get out of here. Oh, where's my glider? Perfect. And we'll let them battle. And the winner actually was the Jackaroo, which is kind of surprising. You can see it's always a splash zone when they're the fighting. But yeah, that's the point of the arena. You can also do things like fight a bunch of Vombles, because they're aggressive when you hit them and they get real grumpy. So again, we'll decorate this. We have lots of furniture and stuff we can put down. Let's change the weather real quick. And we'll change it to 11 a.m. Great. I am gonna have to kill these things if I want them to go away, I think. Or maybe they'll despawn because of the... Well, I think the fence actually counts as complete for neither. So yeah, they should despawn. He'll see me up here, but he can't actually get to me. That's why we built the wall the height we built it. And again, we can put things in like the rock wand to make it more interesting terrain. You have ways to duck around. We can play with bombs just to re-put the re-dirt print later. And then up here, we can add like benches and chairs and things so you can watch and kind of play from there. So we are going to need to do some work on the shark area. This isn't helpful because you can't actually hit them. Let's do some testing. We want a hammer. We need to get an ice hammer here. Remember, I broke the last one on purpose, so it's fine. So this way, do I count as in the water? Let's see. I need him to sense me. So here I'm not. Is this in the water? Okay, that's in the water to hit him. Can he hit me from here? Is the question. I think there's also maybe a game of... So I can hit him, but he can't hit me. That doesn't seem fair. Here, he can definitely hit me. Whoa! So that's why the shark arena is going to be a hard one to figure out. We're going to have to wrap our heads around that one. But I'm realizing that Minecraft back in the day I used to play, and one of the first mini games I think it had to be one of the first mini games was a game called Spleef, where you had to break the floor out from under people and they fall to their death. I think we can do a version of Spleef with the pontoons. Because I think you could run multiplayer, you can have a bunch of these alphas in here, and you're just breaking pontoons, you're just picking up pontoons on other players until they fall in the water and get eaten by the shark. So that might be what we do with the shark. I think actually that is gonna be what we're gonna do with the shark. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, so now we have the arena. started. Again, we got to decorate the heck out of it. We have all the spots for the helicopter race kind of started. Overall, we're in decent shape. Let me get my cell phone out and teleport back to the base. And I think what we need to build next time we stream is we're going to work on a train line. And our train line is going to go from town, maybe this way, around the farm, around the mines, all the way to the arena. So that way people have an easy, quick way to get to the arena from town without having to use a teleporter. But I think that'll be next time. For Dinkum, I think that's what we're going to call it here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed. I see you all hanging out on YouTube. Thanks for Aztec and Stavos for popping in on Twitch. I stream Monday or Tuesday nights, depending on the week, and then any other random night I can get away with it. We're going to be back in Dinkum for a while for our scheduled streams, and then the off nights are going to be things like Hightail and Wizard 101, and we're getting back, I think we're going to do Wizards and Walking, so there's always a chance I can fall, and that would be fun to watch on stream, because we're going to do treadmill streaming, because, you know, it's a good year to get healthy, so we're going to go ahead and try that. But that'll be next time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.